Hey, just wanted to talk through how you can trust the outputs of Phi, our AI assistant at Definite. So let's go ahead and ask a question. And actually, let's first get grounded on what data is even in here. So columns are in here. Right, so there's two data sets. There's a company's data set and an events data set. The events has date, type, has some measures on count and the various events. And then companies has a company handle, and events also has the company handle. So let's ask a very simple question. How many events by type and week? All right, so we got results back really fast. Phi will also drop the results into the body of the chat, but obviously we get this table here, and this is all just executing SQL against your data warehouse, which is also built into Definite. And one kind of simple check is that you can always jump back to the source data that any query is using. So I can click through to here, and it'll pop up in a new window that has the model that that query is using. So this is just coming from an events table, and in this case, these event streams are just loaded from a Parquet and S3. But regardless of how complex it is, you can always kind of jump back to the source. And in this case, we're using this event date, which you can see the event date is right here, and it's just pulling the event date column from the events table. So really easy to get back to the source there, and then drilling a level deeper. If we debug any of these queries, we can always see the semantic layer query that was used. So it's just using the dimension of event type, the date dimension or time dimension of event date. It's grouping it by week, and then it's using the measure of count. And then even a level deeper, you can always get back to the SQL that was used to generate this data set. And then obviously all the visualizations flow through from the data set. So if we wanted to change this data set, let's make a bar chart, stacked, add a dimension, and let's do, instead of count, that's going to create a ton of data points, but let's do type instead. And then we can see by week all of the event types and counts. So from the point that you generate a data set through Phi, really easy to drill down into all of the sourcing behind that data, all the meanings for each of those columns, and then ultimately the SQL that was generated to answer that question.